Running a rental business without a digital inventory system is like running a restaurant without a POS system. It leads to chaos. Double bookings, lost items, and missed revenue are all signs that your inventory management is failing. But what if I told you there was a simple way to avoid all of that? Today, I'm going to show you why a digital inventory system is not only helpful, but it is necessary. My name is Tina Tran, and I am the communications manager of a multi-million-dollar event rental company, Kelly Rentals. And today I'm going to talk to you about why you need an automated system for your inventory and how we manage ours. Download the guide below that is going to outline everything that I will discuss in today's video, show you how to calculate your inventory turnover, when to restock, and much more. Okay, so when you do have a system that is automatically updating what is currently being booked out and what is currently within your inventory or within your warehouse, it could also help whenever clients put in a quote. Now, I don't know if all softwares do this, but ours definitely do. So what will happen is if a client submits a quote and these inventory items are not available, instead of letting them automatically pay their invoice, yes, our system does give an automatic invoice for clients to pay and process their credit card. Instead of doing that though, it will replace the Pay Now button with a note that says, please call our specialist at this number to reserve your inventory item. Now, what this will do is, one, it'll help notify you whenever a inventory item is not available and a customer needs help. But two, if you are currently like sub-renting from any companies, it will notify you and let you know, hey, it's time to maybe sub-rent these items so that you could fulfill this order. Now, lastly, what it for sure prevents is for your client to place in an order, pay, and then you are now stuck with this large order you are not able to fulfill. And sometimes having that inability to fulfill an order really tells a customer that you are not that big of a business that they are wanting to look for or they are wanting to shop with. And so what that does is it minimizes your business a little bit, right? So not only now is this customer not ever going to shop from you again, potentially, because they're looking for someone who could actually fulfill their orders, but if they are speaking or if they do know other businesses, especially if this is a business client, right? They might say that, hey, like Kelly Rentals does not have everything. And so you might not be able to do that event. You know, I recommend XYZ instead. So this could really help out your competition if you do not have everything you need. And one piece of advice that I've mentioned in a previous video is that you want to have as wide of a range of inventory items as possible whenever you are a general rental business, just because a lot of people like to shop all in one place, right? And that's because it's convenient. It's similar here. Everyone wants to be able to shop in one place without having to split, right? So let's say someone wants 100 chairs. You only have 50 chairs. They are not going to rent 50 chairs from you and then go rent 50 chairs from another business, right? They're just going to find that business with the 100 chairs and go to them instead. So please keep in mind that yes, you are losing revenue every time whenever you are double booking. And it shows that maybe you are a bit unprofessional for processing their payments before actually knowing if you have those inventory items available. Firework.com reported that automated inventory tools increase operational efficiency by up to 50%. Cutting down manual labor and reducing human errors. Here are some of the ways that an automated inventory system could help you in your business. So the first thing that it will help you with is to track your inventory availability in real time. So typically whenever you do have a inventory management system, if it's a software, if it's online, you are definitely able to put in how much you have in total within your inventory. And based on your bookings, it will be able to tell you what's available, what's currently reserved, and maybe what's out of commission, potentially if it is currently being maintained or whatever it is. Now, this definitely depends on the software that you're using, but that is definitely all included within the software that we have built, Rentmore Pro. And yeah, it'll basically just help save you time having to check if your inventory items are available whenever a customer submits a new quote. It reduces that manual counting and that manual labor each and every time. Now, I do recommend that still you count each of your inventory items regularly, because sometimes you don't know if inventory items are misplaced by drivers, maybe a single chair wasn't picked up. And so whenever you regularly count your inventory items, maybe quarterly or so, and update your online inventory management system, it will help you prevent double booking, which is the second thing that I'm going to get into. But before that, I do want to talk about what is available on our inventory management system and how that is actually helpful, not only in tracking what is available, but in seeing what is actually performing well. So with the Rentmore Pro software, not only does it keep count of what items or how many items are within your inventory, but you could also put in how much you purchase these items for, and it also keeps track of the sales it has made. So what our system does is it calculates the value of that item within your inventory, so how much you've invested in it, as well as the total number of sales. And so this could really help you see your return on investment in each of these inventory items, which, could help you see which inventory items you need to purchase next, which ones are working. So what is worth your actual investment, right? And not only does it do that, but it also ranks your inventory items based on how much it is being demanded, how much it is being rented out, and so forth. And like I said, this all contributes to helping you know what is actually working and what is currently in demand in your area. Now I'm going to go into segment number 2, which I mentioned was that it will help avoid double bookings and lost revenue. So having an automated system will definitely reduce any human errors that may occur whenever you don't have any of these automated processes. And human error could come in a lot of ways, right? Like if someone states that this inventory item is available, maybe they didn't really check when an order comes in, and so then that client pays for their booking, and now you actually don't have that inventory item because they didn't check. And what that could really lead to is not only mistrust in your business, but also for you to lose revenue. You don't really know sometimes what's happening whenever items are coming in and out of the warehouse, especially if you don't have a proper process in place to make sure that you are catching each missed item. And so basically a driver could maybe misplace a chair. Maybe they didn't pick up a chair, or maybe you had sub-rented from another company while also using your own items. And maybe the driver had returned some of your items to the sub-rented company. That's definitely happened to us, and we've lost chairs that way. I believe 500 if I am correct. So just making sure that you are still kind of doing some of these manual process while also pairing it with an automated system will definitely help you avoid any of these issues. Now, the third thing that it will do is help streamline your operations. Whenever you do have an inventory management system, it will help you keep all of the information in one place and have it be accessible across your different team members so that everyone has a up-to-date, accurate information of where your inventory status is, whether you have everything reserved, booked out, or whatever it is, so they know how they should do their jobs. Let's say that someone is doing a will call return, which, if you don't know, will call is basically having something at the warehouse, right? So a will call pickup is a customer picking up directly from your warehouse, and a will call return is a customer returning your items directly to your warehouse. So I don't know about other systems, but definitely in Rentmore Pro, everyone who is working for will call will be able to mark whenever a customer has returned an item. And since they have the entire list there of what items have been rented out to this customer, how many of them, they're able to make their count and make sure that whenever they are cleaning it, that everything is back as where it should be before they proceed to put it back into inventory. This is extremely important because if your workers are not able to see what clients are renting out or how many items clients actually had, it makes it difficult for them to catch whenever items are missing. And you do not want to be the only person that knows what is going where, right? Because then your team will constantly go up to you and ask you these questions when you're probably busy running your business. So the more informed your team is on where everything is, the better it is for everyone. And that type of, inventory counting per order is also for drivers as well. So whenever drivers are making their routes, they know exactly how many items and what items are going to each customer so that they're not delivering the wrong number of items, they're not delivering the wrong items. So it is best that there is already a setup process for them so you don't have to go through that trial and error that could be avoided. You could avoid wasting time, you could avoid wasting money, and you could avoid wasting revenue just by having all of this process in place. And like I mentioned, this is still a inventory management system, right? So just that simple act could really go a long way in your business. Now, lastly, having this system will increase customer satisfaction and build trust. Now, I did mention earlier that our system does show you what items are performing well, which items aren't, which items are in demand, and you're able to kind of see your return on investment on each of the items based on the data that is within your inventory management system. Now, that itself is very important because it will help you prepare, know what is trending, know what is demanding. And not only that, but you will also be able to see, what items are necessary, especially during the peak seasons. So you're able to adjust, plan ahead. Maybe, the peak season is coming up and clients typically book out XYZ items. Well, now you know that you should invest in these inventory items prior to peak season so that you are able to accommodate for every single order that is coming your way. You don't ever want to refuse an order just because you don't have enough inventory, right? And that's definitely something that all of you guys are going to go through as, demand rises and, you're starting small and then you start to see, hey, maybe I need more inventory items. Well, now with this, you're able to predict the trend. You are able to know when to invest and where to invest in so that you could avoid investing in items that don't really sell or don't really matter, right? Whenever you see underperforming items, maybe you thought it was a good idea, but maybe within your local area, it is not something that is heavily needed or heavily demanded. So maybe you could either one, cut it out of your inventory, or two, just no longer invest in that specific item because it is essentially then just wasting your investment and wasting your money whenever it could be allocated elsewhere where it could make you more money. This though could also help you figure out maybe, let's say, in Texas and in our business, I know that there are seasonal items, right? So some items, they don't run out all the time, but whenever it is their season, they are consistently being booked out. And the prime example of this is our heaters and our coolers. So during the summer times, we do get rented out a lot of our coolers, a lot of our misting fans, and just basically a lot of our fans that could help keep guests cool. And typically these get booked out a lot, especially when there are outside events, outside weddings, and whatever it is. In the summertime, there are typically a lot of events that are held outside just because the weather is nicer. The opposite is true for heaters, and especially in the wintertime, people are definitely going to rent out all of these heaters. Now, it might not be outdoor events during the wintertime, but what we definitely see a lot of is that businesses that typically have people waiting outside, they will rent out heaters so that whenever people are waiting outside, maybe it's a hotel, maybe it's a club and there's a line or something like that, they will definitely rent this out so that their customers keep coming in and they're not freezing outside. So this is something to keep in mind, that even though you might see some underperforming items, having an inventory management system will really help you see when is it optimal to have this item rent out, and is it actually being rented out at all, and so that will help you differentiate the difference between a seasonal item that maybe sometimes doesn't get rented out, but it is definitely getting completely booked out whenever it is the peak season for that item, versus an item that is consistently throughout the year just not doing well. I hope this video has helped you guys understand why you guys need a digital inventory management system. This has definitely helped us scale from making $2,000 a year to $2 million a year. And this is exactly why Xavier had built our Rent More Pro system. He himself went and coded and built our software from the ground up in the eyes of a rental business owner, right? Any problem that he saw in the business, he definitely tried to help through that Rent More Pro software. And there's definitely so much more that this software helps you with, like routing deliveries, keeping track with employee completions in terms of cleaning items and such like that. So there's definitely so much that you could do through the system, instant quotes, instant invoicing, and so forth. So please check it out and get a free demo in our link in the description below. And alongside that, not only have we been helping rental businesses start their website and get onto the software, but we've also been selling our marketing services alongside that, which has helped businesses make 5 times their return on investment whenever it comes to making that money back from their ads. So definitely please check out that demo below. And if you like this video and would like to see more like it, please click this video right here and please like, comment, share, and subscribe so we could bring you more videos.